Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of XTW, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a number one contender match, ladies and gentlemen, for Amber Moon Women's Championship, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Nikki Cross versus Natalya, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever woman wins this match, ladies and gentlemen, they will go to XTW Battle Arena to face Amber Moon for her Women's World Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalya punched Nikki Cross, ladies and gentlemen, with a right hand to the head, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross, she leaned back on the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, she do a clothesline, ladies and gentlemen. A clothesline, ladies and gentlemen, to Natalya. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross picks up Natalya off the mat, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, she do a left knee to the midsection of Natalya. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross, ladies and gentlemen, she get Natalya by the back of the head, and ladies and gentlemen, she throws her to the ring post. And ladies and gentlemen, she throws her head to the ring post again. And ladies and gentlemen, she throws her head to the ring post again. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross, ladies and gentlemen, she do a headbutt, ladies and gentlemen, to the midsection of Natalya, ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross picks up Natalya, then she do a sidewalk slam, ladies and gentlemen, to Natalya, and Natalya falls on the mat. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalya, she do a drop kick to the head of Nikki Cross. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross get up, ladies and gentlemen. Natalya, she do a right clothesline, ladies and gentlemen, to Nikki Cross. And then Nikki Cross gets up off of the mat, ladies and gentlemen. Then Natalya, she do another right clothesline, ladies and gentlemen, to Nikki Cross. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Natalya picks up Nikki Cross and she slams her to the mat. Then, ladies and gentlemen, she got, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross. Natalya got Nikki Cross in her submission move, ladies and gentlemen. Will Nikki Cross tap out? Will she tap out to Natalya, ladies and gentlemen? Then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross, ladies and gentlemen, she do a right elbow, ladies and gentlemen, to Natalya. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross get Natalya by her head, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, she do a twisted, ladies and gentlemen, net breaker, ladies and gentlemen, to Natalya. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross gets on top of the ring post, ladies and gentlemen. In front of the ring post, ladies and gentlemen, she jump on Natalya, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, look like she going for the cover. 1, 2, 2 counts. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Natalya, she turn around, ladies and gentlemen, with a right clothesline, ladies and gentlemen, to Nikki Cross. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Natalya, she doing a sharpshooter on Nikki Cross, ladies and gentlemen. Will Nikki Cross tap out, ladies and gentlemen? Will she tap out to Natalya, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Cross, she tap out, ladies and gentlemen, to Natalya. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and the number one contender for Amber Moon Women's Championship is Natalya, ladies and gentlemen. Natalya, she will go to XTW Battle Arena to face the women's champion Amber Moon for her Women's Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned with some more action on XTW. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hawk, he do a left elbow, ladies and gentlemen, to Hercules, and Hercules falls to the mat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hawk picks up Hercules and he slams him to the mat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hawk, he stumps Hercules. And ladies and gentlemen, the Hawk, he stumps him again to the chest. And ladies and gentlemen, out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, Hercules, he spears, ladies and gentlemen, he spears the Hulk, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Hercules punched the Hulk with a right hand, and he punched with another right hand to the head, and he punched with another right hand to the head. Ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. Hercules had picked up the Hulk, a 300-pound man, off of the mat, ladies and gentlemen. This is amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, Hercules, ladies and gentlemen, he throws the Hulk to the mat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Hercules go for the cover. 1, 2 counts, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, the Hulk, he grabs Hercules, ladies and gentlemen, by left arm, and he throws him to the ring post, ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Hulk throws Hercules to another ring post, ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hulk, he do a right kick, ladies and gentlemen, to the head of Hercules, and Hercules falls to the mat, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hulk, he picks up, ladies and gentlemen, Hercules off the mat, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like the Hulk, he finna do the military press on Hercules, ladies and gentlemen. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hulk, he slammed. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hulk goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, ladies and gentlemen, is the Incredible Hulk, ladies and gentlemen. He has defeated Hercules, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching another episode of XTW.